Hey everybody, welcome to Review with Me, your review guide of shows, movies, and everything in between. Be sure to click the like button, hit that notification bell, and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get on with this review. Hello, hello. Don't I have a sexy ass voice? Hello? Let's get into it. We are reviewing episode 4 of the Never Ever Mets season 2. This episode was jam packed. Almost every couple except Jay and Cinco had something going on that was worthwhile in this episode. So shout out to this season. These couples are clocking in. So we start off with Jared. He's in the women's bedroom and he steals Kiki's Coke. And Charlie was like, yeah, go ahead. Like, first of all, what? You don't ever steal a big girl's anything, whether it's their sandwich, their Coke, Coca-Cola, or anything else. Like, leave that be. But I don't know if she ever figured that out. I just thought that was an interesting point. So I made to mention that. Anyway, Jared leaves the room with her Coke and he's talking to Chris and Cinco about the results of that game that he had the couples play at the dinner table, asking them if today was the last day, would you leave with your partner or would you decide to stay single? So he's saying how he kind of feels bad for leading her on or basically lying to her. Not even basically, he did lie to her. Brandon feels bad also for not really giving Kiki enough space to just be mad or feeling her feelings. So he was like just kind of circling back on how he behaved and how he walked out on her. Jared, I know Jared is like, oh, he's not a good guy because he lied about his 6-month-old child. I like him. I think he has great counsel. I think he has a great head on his shoulder. Maybe the bar is in hell. I don't know. But I like what he said to the guys because a lot of the guys, they were kind of dwelling in they were dwelling in remorse. Oh, I wish I didn't do that. I wish I didn't walk out on Kiki. I wish I didn't lie to Charlie. I wish. Jared said with his wise Jamie Foxx self, he said, well, today's a new day. It's a new day. And I was like, it is a new day. I love that. It's the little things, y'all. I really love that. I think he has a great head on him. So Charlie, he don't want to be with you, but take advantage. Take advantage for the time that you have. Anyway, we get to Tati. Tati is mad at let's get to that picture. Tati is mad at Clay. Tati is mad at Clay. Did I miss their photo? Oh, I missed their photo. Dang. Anyway, let's just put this up here. Tati is mad at Clay. Why is she mad at Clay? You might ask. Because Clay is a liar. Clay is a liar. First of all, she hasn't even heard about his 2-month-old baby yet. That hasn't even been revealed to her yet. He hasn't told her this yet. He's been brewing on this. He's told Jared, Jamie Foxx, as yet he has yet to tell Tati. But what Tati is mad at Clay about is him carelessly lying or intentionally lying about him being a vegan. So we know Tati is a vegan. And Clay has been saying to her that he wants to be a vegan and he's been doing this vegan lifestyle since being in this house. And that is a lie. Because apparently he's been eating beef taquitos He's been eating meat sandwiches. He's been scarfing down all of that. And they show images of him just look. I don't want to food shame because I get it, y'all. I get it. Food is I love food. It's the dopamine from it though. Like I love the feeling I get from eating. Not only is the food good, but I get mad when I know I'm about to finish it. That's how much I love food. Like the way that my brain works around food, it's something else. So when I saw Clay chomping on that sandwich, my mouth started to water. I felt like not even I felt like you see it in his face. Like he just praised the Lord in that moment. And I get it. It's like, I don't know, every time I eat, it feels like it's the first time I've ever eaten anything. And that's I get it. I get it. It's like my relationship with food is growing. I'm trying to get out of that mindset because it can be destructive. But I see you, Clay. I see you. Anyway, he's lying to her, and that's not okay. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. What I think is happening here is oftentimes, and even though, let me start from a point. Tati said she doesn't care if he's vegan or not. Like that doesn't matter to her. She says that her being vegan should not necessarily mean that he has to be vegan. And though I can accept that face value, but I don't believe it and I don't buy it. Oftentimes, what I've noticed with vegans, oftentimes with them, they will speak with such judgment, such vitriol against your style of eating or your choice of eating, right? If you are just slobbing down ribs and you're just like how Clay was eating that meat sandwich, he was when he just stopped and just started yo, if you do that in front of a vegan, they're judging you with all of their might. They're just like talking down on you, and then they spew out this whole like, well, you know how much hormonal imbalance you could get from that beef sandwich. Did anybody ask? And then it's that, and then it's well, that's why you so big, or that's why. I mean, they may not say it outright like that, but the point is they find ways to make you feel like you ain't shit because you enjoy a nice prime rib. So now you do feel like you have to sneak around the person just to enjoy a turkey club. I don't like that. I don't like that. It's a shared sentiment. I've noticed this amongst vegans. I noticed this. And then, so I get it. I get why Clay felt like he had to sneak around, even though, yes, that's some coward shit. Sure, that I'm not denying that, but let's revisit this because Tati, I'm sure, even though we haven't seen the scene yet, and maybe I'm totally off, but what is a trend amongst a lot of vegans is they tend to judge non-vegans. They look at you poorly. They say, oh, your diet is horrible, and that's why you look like that. And it's like, granted, Clay looks like he could change some things about his diet. He does look inflamed. He does look like he is just out of breath all the time. All of that is well and dandy. But I don't think it's fair for us to instantly look at non-vegans, right? Meat eaters as immediate unhealthy folks. Okay. I just don't feel like that's okay. That's not okay. Anyway, Jared feels bad about lying to Charlie. As I said earlier, he feels like he shouldn't have done that. And what I noticed is what he said. He says, I have love for Charlie. I have love for Charlie. Do you love me or do you not? I don't like that. I don't like when people say, I have love for you. What? It's either you love me or you don't. Or if you don't want to say the love thing yet, just say, I care for her a lot, or I care about her a lot. But the whole I have love for her. You have love for a dog. What are we talking about? He still wants to go through with the intimacy suite. We know in the last episode he talked about how he lied about his answer, but he wants to get it. He wants to get it on. He said that time and time again that he is very attracted to her, and the feeling is right. He said he's a gentleman and he doesn't want to push upon her, but she makes a decision. She says, "Oh, we could book it tonight." We could book it tonight. Here's the thing with Charlie. Charlie knows what's up. Charlie knows his man. Charlie knows his man. Let's cut it out. You lied to him. He lied to you. You know what this man is about. He's not all the way honest with you, just like you weren't to him. And her even spotting that he could be lying to her about that whole game on whether or not he would leave with her at the end of this. I think that was another testament to how Charlie is aware and should know better, but is choosing to still screw this man because look, her physical needs are trumping her mental stability. So that's what's happening here. So I don't want us to look at Jared as this villain, as this bad guy, because for what? This is a grown adult. Charlie is a grown adult. And if she still wants to sleep with this man who lied to her about having a 6-month-old, who lied to her and she knew she had a strong feeling, but she wanted to just pacify herself about it, but lied to her about him saying yes about their decision to leave together. That's on her. That's on her. So I don't think he's a villain. I think he's just, look, I'm going to take advantage of this moment. And like I said from the first review episode or second one, Jared told her straight up. He didn't lie to her. He said, I don't know if this could work. I don't see this working out. Basically, 6 kids. He said that to her. Now, he further emphasized to the fellas about how he really doesn't see this working out. But he did share that sentiment with Charlie. Charlie is not in the clouds. He's not feeding her dreams or lullabies. No. This nigga tell you what he told you what it was. What Charlie did from episode, y'all remember episode 2, sorry. He was saying that to her. He was just sharing all of his hesitations, his stop signs, his red flag, yellow flag about their relationship because of the amount of kids that they have together. She stopped him. She said, I don't want to hear that. That's really hard to hear. I don't want to hear that. I just want to hear you. I just want to hear that you'll try. I just want to hear that you will try. Oh, so you don't want to hear. You don't want to listen because he's telling you what it is. Play accordingly. But let's move on. So we got Kiki. Let's get to Kiki. Kiki and Brandon. We know we left off on Brandon being upset that this woman here is an alkie. She's an alkie. She's an alkie. Let's call a spade a spade. I don't want us to be, are you binge drinking? No, you're a fucking alcoholic. Cut it out. Cut it out. Kiki thinks this is a vacation. Are we in Miami? Are we in Saint-Tropez? A vacation? You're in this house with strangers whom you met first day, have the same type of situation with as far as meeting your significant other. How's this a vacation? She thinks that he's controlling. They're talking to this oh no, we didn't get to that part yet, but let me just leave this picture up here for reference anyway. So they're talking by the poolside. They're talking by the poolside, and they're just talking like to each, like they're right next to each other. Alicia, who's across the pool, and y'all remember Alicia, let me just leave her photo up because this woman, she's a terror. This is Alicia, okay? Alicia is doing all these faces, looking all upset. She's mad that they're having this argument aloud and that Brandon leaves the conversation eventually and he heads to the kitchen. Brandon is venting to the folks who are at the kitchen and just sharing what's been going on. Alicia jumps up and jumps into that conversation and says, I don't know what y'all talking about, but all I know is you need to talk to Kiki, not everyone else. Stop letting other people in on the conversation when you need to talk to Kiki herself. Asai? I'm sorry? Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Alicia, get out of my face. You need to talk to Irvin and a specialist. You need to talk to a specialist about your condition because miss me with that. Brandon checks her. Brandon's like, hold on, bitch, hold on. I'm just like, he didn't call her a bitch, but basically he just checked her and said, you're coming in here trying to tell me how I should be when you should mind your business, basically. And this is my space to talk. Like, here's the thing, what I'm noticing throughout this episode, everyone's like, oh, mind your business, mind your business. We're in a house together. Your relationship is my business now. It is. Especially when we're talking about it in a group setting where we're sharing these Kama Sutra positions, basically fucking in front of each other. You talk about mind your business. There's no shower curtains. What are we Is everybody okay? But granted, I don't think Alicia should have stepped in. But the point is, I feel like her point of saying to Brandon, stop talking to other people about Kiki. No. And that's not Brandon bad mouthing her. No, he's sharing how he's feeling about their situation. Cut the shit. So, Alicia gets chewed out. Irvin, of course, is frustrated. His head's put down. He's like, looking like a stressed dad. Irvin, bye. I can't stand this guy. I don't like him. I don't like him, and I don't like her. I don't like him for separate reasons, which is probably not fair because I have an aversion towards Haitian men. But nonetheless, his behavior, his mannerisms towards Alicia, especially during a later scene, we're gonna get into that scene when they're at their when they're at the Top Golf location. I don't like how he reacted to her. But let's continue with this. So Brandon tells Irvin, I had to check your bitch. I had to check your inflamed specialist needing bitch. I had to check her. I had to tell her to mind her business and yada yada yada. Anyway, so Irvin's like, all right. Let me go ahead and talk to her. So now we get Irvin say, can I talk to you for a second? Alicia's pouting like a little child. They go separately to a couch. He tells her basically, you need to mind your business. There was no point of you jumping into the kitchen telling Brandon how to talk or approach Kiki when you weren't, like, nobody asked you, right? And look, the rule of thumb is don't go giving your advice unsolicited. Let people ask, let people wonder or inquire, what would you say in this situation? What would you do in this situation? So I think that's the difference here. But there is a level of minding your own business. But I just think in general, it's kind of hard to do that in a house that we're sharing. So Alicia finally acquiesces and says, "You're right. You're right. You're right. I should have. Like." And she's kind of acquiescing aggressively. Like, why are you mad at me that I'm telling you what you're agreeing to is of minding my business? I think Irvin, I feel like maybe the way that he speaks, he talks elongated. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't get to the point, and he just visibly looks upset and annoyed. And as Alicia says, she picks up on his energy. She's a big energy person, yada, yada, yada. So she was visibly getting annoyed with him. Irvin tells her, I'm not going to fight. As a man, my job is to protect you. I want to protect you. I care about you. I want to protect you. But I can't fight every little battle that you're in because you're provoking the situation. Stop agitating people. So he kind of goes in, like, stop agitating people. Just mind your business. Stop doing that again. Like, he kind of repeats it, right? He's repeating it. Then he stands up and goes on kind of 20. Just don't do it again. Just don't do it again. Hold on. Who are you talking to, nigga? Hold on. Who are you talking to? So Alicia's like, don't talk to me like that. Then she goes, Ryongo Rengeko, Ryongo Rengeko. She literally just breaks out into tongues, y'all. Never in my life. Never in my life. She's like, I need to speak. I need to call on the Holy Spirit. I need to call on God. God is the peace of my life. Like, this woman is crazy. Woman is crazy. He walks off. I feel like that was his cue. Like, okay, bitch. All right. It's crazy shit. Now we get to Kiki and Brandon at this therapy session with Dr. Allie. Dr. Allie is back. Hey, girl. And we know her as the relationship expert of this show. So she's there to advise Kiki and Brandon. Taronda Jones brought her in and she introduced her as, I noticed there were some things going on. So it was my initiative to bring Dr. Allie in to kind of help you guys through your situation. So Kiki says she thinks that Brandon should start off this session first because he has the problem. He has the issue. Kiki, you got the issue. Kiki, you got the issue. But okay, he has an issue because you have the issue. No accountability. So Brandon says basically, so he gives us some context as to why he doesn't like a drunk girlfriend, which I felt like was truly unnecessary. Who can, even if he didn't grew up in a traumatic household where his mom's ex-husband would come home drunk as a skunk, and they eventually got divorced from it. Even if he didn't grow up that way, you still are entitled to not want a drunk ass girlfriend. What are we talking about? And I hate that. Like, we always gotta have some trauma. We always gotta have some trauma to explain why we don't like something in present day. No. I had no drunk father or mother in my household. No. What I don't like today is still a drunkard. I don't like drunkards around me. Get your ass up. That's just annoying as fuck. Because one, why are you doing that to yourself? But that's not even one. I don't even care about that, right? Because if you don't care about yourself enough to not over drink, then my mind doesn't even go to me caring about you in absence of you caring about yourself. That my mind doesn't even go there. Where my mind goes is this annoying ass bitch. That's where my mind goes. I'm annoyed. That people want to act like is this like virtuistic trait to want to care for others. That sounds so horrible. But my point is you are entitled to be annoyed at a drunkard who's in your vicinity and who has this level of a relationship with you. You guys are the ones in a partnership or in this relationship, whatever it is y'all got going on. Y'all are in this house because of each other. So if my experience in this house is tainted because it's overwhelmed by your drunkenness, yeah, I'm annoyed as fuck. Cause what's going on? What are you doing? This is all you. This is all you got going on. I don't like that. I just wanted to talk about that little part because, again, in this whole therapy ass world that we're in, I'm not trying to knock therapy altogether. I think therapy can be productive, but what I don't like and what I've seen more of recently is, oh, it's not just the other person being at fault. It's no, you're also at fault because you're looking at her as you looked at your ex-stepfather who was a drunk. That ain't got shit to do with shit. No. And I'm mad that Brandon even brought it up because that's none of our business. I don't give a damn. Kiki shouldn't be drunk like that. What are we talking about? Kiki says she feels judged. She feels that he's controlling. She feels that he's just not having her back. So then the therapist, Dr. Alley, asked the question, so how many drinks are too many in a night? He says he has 2 drinks a night. And that's enough. 2, not a night. Like, I don't know if they're drinking every night, but on a night that they're drinking, he has 2. She says she has about 6 or 7, but she didn't say that initially. First, she said she has 2 drinks, but then she'll have 2 shots. So then the therapist says, Dr. Alley says, so you have 6 to 7. Kiki says, well, yeah, but it's not back to back. It's throughout the night. That's still a lot. And I'm not here trying to act like I've never binge drunk at some point in my life. That's happened. That's definitely happened. But it was wrong. And it wasn't healthy. It wasn't productive. So I'm not going to toot that behavior. What are we talking about? So then Dr. Alley says, well, this is the health standard. If you are drinking 4 or more drinks in a night, that is too many. That's too many. And that's considered binge drinking. So then Kiki's face is like, ooh, this bitch. Like, she called me out. Brandon trying to cover his smile. Like, Brandon, I know you're happy. You probably feel validated here. So then Kiki tells us how she is drinking because she is grieving the loss of her mother. Now, I don't want to minimalize this. I really do not. Again, right now, though, you're bringing that up to make us, oh, it's okay to drink. I understand, grieving the loss of your mother is devastating. That is not up for debate. That's obvious. But before, when you were approached about your heavy drinking, what did you say? You said it's because you want to have fun and you want to be liked. That was a consistent response to your drinking, to your excessive drinking. I want to have fun and I want people to like me. So I don't think it's a lot of or primarily of you grieving the loss of your mother. Rest in peace to her. But I think it's more of you're insecure. You feel like you have to have drinks to feel confident, to feel like people will like you. That's deeper than your mother wound. That's deeper. Dr. Allie tells her, do you know what self-medicate means? So she explains that to her. And now it becomes this like, oh, like, I feel like we're missing the point. That's not the point. That's not the point. Let's fixate on what Kiki said from the beginning and 2 times after. She said, again, she drinks because she likes to have fun, or she thinks it's fun to do so, and she wants people to like her. She also said we're in a high stress environment. I don't know, what are y'all jumping hoops? Like, what are y'all talking about? But okay. So then Dr. Allie dismisses Brandon. Brandon leaves a therapy session. He hands Kiki a rose, which is a nice little gesture, but okay. Dr. Allie talks to Kiki separately. Kiki tells her about an ex of hers who she thought she was going to be with for real, like get married to. He was actually her ex-fiance, and yet he dogged her. Like he cheated on her many times. There were pregnancy scares in those cheating, not really infidel. They weren't married, but the point is, he really broke her down, and they were finally kind of just moving their separate ways. Then Dr. Allie asks, so how long has it been since you've let him go? Kiki says 4 months. The irony here is Kiki and Brandon have been virtually dating, as you see on the screen here, for 4 years. For 4 years. So clearly there's some overlap. And Kiki's sitting there like, I know the math is not mathing. Oh, the maths. If you subtract 4 months from 4 years, that tells me you were seeing this dude while seeing the other dude. The math makes sense. What are we talking about? We could do math, subtraction and addition. We could do math. So the irony here is, oh, this man was dogging me out, cheating on me left and right. Yeah, you cheating on Brandon with this dude, though. So cut it out with this victim thing. I don't know. I'm just over the victim mindset, y'all. Let's move on. I wrote this down on purpose because I was so disgusted. Chris was flossing his teeth with the long string floss, and he was doing it so aggressively to the point where I felt like there was some plaque that fell and got onto the other guy in the room. That's disgusting. I don't like when people do that. Do your bathroom business in the bathroom. Leave your teeth being brushed in the bathroom. Why are you brushing it in the living room? What do you need to see on the TV so bad? And why are you using a long string? Ew, what happened to the little, those little scope, little picks, those picks? Okay, so now the group, they're on this date together. And this is the standout photo here that I could use because anyway, we're not talking about that. So we get into this. Irvin was being kind of nice to Alicia in the beginning, and we're going to slow walk this dog. Irvin was picking up Alicia's ball, putting it on the little putt hole, whatever, and helping her, whatever. It was cute. It was a cute little moment. Brandon was telling Kiki, hey, I took a shot before we got here. I just wanted to communicate that with you. And she's like, good. Trying to say, you need to loosen up a bit. So he was just saying out to her to let her know that, look, let's just have some fun tonight. I don't want to monitor you. If you want to drink, let's drink. And I don't, I'm not here to judge you, which was a nice moment. But again, it's about knowing when to stop. And if you are over consuming something that you shouldn't be, or just over consuming anything, to the point that it is a detriment to other things in your life, then that's something that needs to be monitored for sure. Alicia and Irvin, they're seated together in this little booth. There's music playing in the background, right? She probably had a drink. The drink is hitting her. She's having a good time. Finally, we see Alicia having a good time, and I'm here for it. Alicia is doing this, like, you know how you just randomly dance? Irvin looks at her. He turns. This motherfucker, I want to just focus on their photo. Let's just look at them. Irvin, locked-haired ass, turns his head and looks at her like, are you okay? What's wrong with you? I was annoyed with that. Alicia was annoyed with that. Let's just talk about what she felt, but I want to focus on how I felt. So Alicia says, what? He says, I didn't say anything. Then Britt over there, who's with Ty, talk about, well, he didn't say anything. I don't know why you react. So she's trying to kind of, like, she's having his back all. Britt, anybody ask you about anything? First of all, let's talk about that. I hate when people be like, I didn't even say anything. Your face said something. You know, we communicate beyond our words, right? Our actions, our countenance, our mannerisms. Communication is more about your physical, your energy, than it is about the words that you actually speak. And oftentimes people are lying, right? They lie with their words, but their actions will tell you the truth. So I say all of that to say, when Irvin didn't say anything, he was still saying something. Hello, somebody. When Irvin didn't say anything verbally, he was still saying something with his scrunched up face. When someone does that to you, what do you think they're saying? They're saying, what? What are you doing? And he wasn't even doing it in like a joke, like, look at her dancing all silly. That's my girl. He wasn't doing it like that. He was judging her. He was like annoyed, like, why are you just breaking out and dance? Look, I know Alicia's annoying. I'm not an Alicia fan. Not at all. But what I don't like being called weird. But Maxine, he's not even talking to you. I don't give a damn. We watch these shows because we put ourselves in these situations. And I could relate to Alicia in this moment. You know how many times I've broken out into dance in front of Freckles Bay? And he'll just let me dance. That's how it's supposed to be. Don't look at me all strange. You know how many ex-situationships or let me actually honor what it was. I was trying to dismiss things, but I'm not in it anymore. You know that shit that I was in for like a year with this nigga that I actually introduced to my parents, and we actually was in a relationship and we introduced our lives together. You know that shit. Anyway, I say all that to say, when I was in a relationship with him, Boston, no, that's not Boston Bay. Leprechaun Bay. I would do mannerisms, and I didn't realize it until now. I guess I didn't really realize it then. But I would just, break out into dance or like do my weird quirks or whatever. Instead of letting me be and not judging me, I'm judged for it, right? I'm called weird, or, okay, you're doing too much. Like, I'm being pacified. I'm being pat down. I'm being dismissed. I don't like that. So Alicia didn't like that, of course. And I'm in agreement with her. That's because I don't like Irvin still. Nothing this man could do to make me like him. Ty doesn't pay attention to Britt. Ty, let's look at Ty. Ty is Uncle Bobby. Oh, I did have Kiki and okay, I thought I didn't. No, because there's 7 couples. I missed a couple. I forget which couple did I miss. It doesn't matter. I think it was Tati. Yeah, Tati was the one. I just said that earlier. Okay, sorry, y'all. I'm talking to myself out loud. Okay, so Ty is not giving Britt the attention that she deserves, that she wants, and that she was promised. They show clips of them on their Zoom calls with each other. Ty would say things, oh, I'm going to cater to you. I'm going to cook for you. I'm going to give you all the attention. Like, he'll just talk in his game like an uncle would. And yet, now that they've been in each other's faces, he has yet to do any of that. So they're at this golf club thing and at Top Golf, and he's barely paying attention. He's not snuggling up to her. He's not asking her if she's good. Do you want anything else with your wings? Do you want something to drink? You want some napkins, bitch? Like, he's not saying shit to her, and it's annoying as hell. I get that, and I'm not even the type to want attention like that, but I also want you to see me. Know that, hey, we're here in this experience because of each other. So let me be seen by you. Recognize me here in this space. Tati calls out Clay for his lying. You are a lying ass bitch. She calls him a fake ass bitch verbatim. Now look, Tati, I get it. You're annoyed about the lying. And if you could lie about something as minuscule as eating beef taquitos, then what else are you lying about? I mean, he has a 2-month baby, so you're on the right track. But the point is, there's a way to communicate. You could just say, I don't appreciate being lied to. And that's it. So she's talking to him in his face like, so I heard that you actually was eating beef taquitos when you told me you've been vegan this whole time and you lied to my face. And the funny thing about it, I think the theme throughout this season so far, we're 4 episodes in, it's been about food, y'all. From Alicia to Tati, it's been about food. And even a little bit with Britt. Britt talked, and Kiki and Brandon, right? Brandon and Kiki not cooking together because Kiki is too overheated. She's not helping Brandon out for their couple cooking for the house thing. We have Alicia getting mad that Ty's yelling at her because of how she's telling Ty and Britt to prepare the green beans with vegan butter. Then we have Clay talking about he's a vegan, but he's slopping down this turkey club. Tati's a vegan. This whole season is centered on food and is hilarious. So anyway, he's like, I can eat whatever I want. Yeah. So act like it. So that's the funny thing. You know how people be like, I'm grown. I'm a grown ass adult. I can do whatever I want. Then do it. You don't even have to give me that disclaimer. Oh, as a grown adult, you're just grown. Like, you don't have to do too much. So she says, yeah, you are. But don't lie to me about being one way when you're not. And she's totally right in that. Absolutely. I just think because Clay is not really strong in who he is right now, at least, and he probably sees Tati as this amazing woman and he can't compare. So he's probably just like putting himself down, like, oh, I'm not good enough for her. So let me be who she is, right? Maybe she'll like me more. If he was really confident in himself, he'll just stand 10 toes down. Bet I eat ribs and you eat grass. Can we still date? Which I think oftentimes it may not always work. I think vegans need to be with vegans when it comes to like just the way that they could be. Sometimes a lot of them, not every one of them, we get it, don't generalize, but you know what I mean. A lot of them, they have their ways about them. They'll say, oh, I don't care what you eat, I don't care what you eat. But you'll say little things when I'm eating my Chick-fil-A. Let me eat my Chick-fil-A. Britt is sighing loudly in the car ride home, and Ty is annoyed. Ty sitting next to her, he's like, you okay? She's like, I just want to get out this car. I just want to get out this car. Now, I don't know where that came from with Britt. I know she's telling us in the confessional that she's annoyed that Ty is not giving her attention. But to sigh like that and you're in this, I don't know, it just felt, how long was the ride? How long was the ride? So Ty says, well, you sighing loudly isn't gonna make us get home quicker. Nigga, I know. It's just this uncle ass response. I know. But I'm annoyed right now and let me be annoyed. If that's helping me in the moment, then let that help me in the moment. So then Britt goes on to say, I wasn't sighing, I was yawning. You were sighing. Cut it out. Now we playing semantics. You was opening your mouth and you made a noise. Whatever you want to call it, sighing or yawning, bitch. You was opening your mouth and you was making some noise. So Charlie and Jerry gets to the boom boom room. They try to, well, they kick out all the cameramen, but obviously there's cameras in the room. And they're like, oh, we noticed there was a camera in the corner. Yes, you're on a reality show. What are we talking about? I want to see you put her on doggy style. Show us the clip. What are we saying? They're under the covers. They're doing what it do. I feel like the show is a little shady because on the nightstand you see, I think it was eight condoms, 8 wrapped condoms there. So I mean, yes, safe sex. Sure. I get it. You know, the rates outside is so crazy, right? I get it. But they collectively have 6 kids. So I felt it was a little shady. Like, okay, we're not trying to have any more kids. Just wrap your shit up. Charlie said the sex was phenomenal. Verbatim. That's what she said. Phenomenal. Okay, that's that white in her, huh? It's like, black people could talk like that too, obviously. Anyway, Alicia says it's toxic to be called weird for smiling and dancing. And we see in the car ride that Irvin was snoring on the ride back. And she's looking at him like, this is something I say yes to for this trip. Yeah, I think Alicia didn't like Irvin from the moment she saw him. And even though obviously they were virtually dating, they saw each other, it wasn't no catfish. I think the reality of him in person made her realize further, yeah, I'm not that into this guy. So I think it's a combination of her just not being that into him and her also struggling with communicating effectively without any attitude or anything like that. Clay and Tati, I thought that they were cooking for everyone, but instead they were just cooking each other breakfast. And he apologizes to her and says, look, I'm sorry for saying I was vegan and I'm really not. I really love ribs and I eat it all the time. Again, it's just so funny to me. Like, this is what we're talking about. Oh, food is the main character. Food is the main character. She accepts his apology, but I think he should have also requested for her to apologize to him because I don't think it's appropriate for her to call him a fake ass bitch. I get it, you're upset, and maybe that's just the age range. That's how they communicate. I don't know, but I think you have to teach people how to speak to you. And in this case, if he lets it slide, that it's okay for him to be called a fake, especially in front of people, like that is embarrassing as hell. She has no respect for you because she was taking it personal. Like, oh, you lied to me, you embarrassing me, you telling me you vegan and everyone knows that you're not. It's just like, it's laughable. I wouldn't even get so mad. I'll just laugh like, you lying about food? Really? It's laughable. It's silly. But to call him a fake ass bitch, I didn't think it was that deep. I didn't think it was that deep. Clay finally apologizes. She accepts. He says he's learning to be more open and honest. She says that's really what she wants because if you lie to me about something as minuscule as food, then what else could you be lying to me about? All in all, we know that he has a 2-month-old baby. So I can't wait till he tells her that. Ooh, child. And this ends off with Ty and Brittany going off on, well, Ty mostly going off on her because he has a way with him, y'all. I don't like him either. So Ty is he's cooking because he's always cooking. Apparently he's really an uncle vibe. He definitely gives that vibe. But anyway, he's cooking on the grill. Everyone's outside. Britt is in the pool, and she's just like, you strolling through the pool. You're not really swimming. She's not deep diving. She's not doing laps. This bitch is just chilling. He says to her playfully, like, I want to see you actually swimming. You just walking and strolling the pool. Her response is, well, I'm not really trying to get my hair wet. Mind you, her hair's in braids. So you can't get your hair. Black women, get your hair wet. Okay. Anyway, y'all see my hair. I'm doing something new. I'm trying this new method because my hair is 4C hair. For those who may not be familiar, kinky Afro texture hair. And my hair really appreciates moisture. A lot of moisture. It really sucks it up. So every morning, I've been starting since yesterday. So I've been literally adding water and putting in, I started on Saturday actually. So adding water and putting on a leave-in conditioner, and then like really drenching my hair with the leave-in conditioner, and then finalizing it with this curl mousse. These are products from Miel line, which I think my hair is really enjoying. But I really want to just kind of see what my hair would react to with this method for the next few weeks. I want to just do it for at least 7 days and see how my hair feels, how all of that. But so I was watching some YouTube videos that 4C hair would really appreciate that. I also want to, because I didn't stretch it, I just let it air dry, and I crunched it up with the towel so that it's not dripping wet. But I'm really liking it. I'm really liking it. Anyway, this is not about me. But the point is, her saying she doesn't want to get her hair wet because she wants, to preserve it because of she wants to preserve it for tonight. I took it as they're going out, right? They have plans to go outside. I don't know what that would look like. But Ty, I forget who was the guy next to him, was like, ooh, plans tonight. Obviously insinuating they're going to go to the boom boom room and get it on, plans tonight type of thing. Ty said, no, that's not what I'm saying. That we're not going to the boom boom room. No. Ty's like, wait, what? We're not? No, we're not going to the boom boom room. And he's like, the whole time we're not going to the boom boom room? No, we're not going to the boom. So she's like emphatically saying no, like not ever. We're not ever going to the boom boom room. You're not ever having this pussy. I'm not opening it wide for you. It's my dog. Sorry. You're not opening it wide for you. I'm not opening this pussy wide for you. No. So she strolls back. You know how you walking in the water and you could barely move because the gravity, all that. You could visibly, like you could audibly hear the rejection that Ty feels in his voice. He's like, dang, we're not ever gonna go to the boom boom room. Anyway, we hear Britt telling us in the confessional her disappointment and how Ty hasn't followed through with his promises to her. And I can understand that. I can understand when a guy says he's gonna do something for you and then he doesn't. It's like, why even just tell me that? Just what? Anyway, Britt asked him, could you get me some drinks? Ty, like I said, was cooking for everybody. So he's in charge of the food. He's grilling and everything. And he says, well, let me go ahead and put down this dish first, and then I'll get the drinks. She kind of had an attitude like, okay, yeah, you do that first or whatever it was. I forget how exactly the verbatim. I'm not verbatim girly. I'm going to paraphrase it, make it make sense in my head. But nonetheless, Ty got annoyed that Britt was asking him to get her some drinks. She wasn't asking it in a flippant way, but in Ty's head, he felt like it was still unnecessary for her to ask because you see me cooking for everyone in the house. So he comes back out. They do a whole back and forth because he's talking to the guys about it. Britt says, I can hear you. Mind you, they're all outside. I don't know how loud his voice is or how great her ears are, but everyone doesn't know how to whisper. So Britt calls him out on it, and she says, "You're not a gentleman. You say you're gonna do X, Y, and Z for me. You don't do anything for me." And basically, I don't like that. I don't like that. So Ty, of course, defense mode. I can't do anything right, just like an uncle. That's not what I said. What I said was, you told me unprovoked. I didn't coerce you to say this. You told me in our countless videos online that you was gonna cook for me, that you was gonna get me drinks, that you was gonna take care of me. And then when I'm in your face, you have yet to do any of that. You don't check on me. You don't see how I'm doing. You don't ask if I want a refill. You don't ask me. You don't ask. You don't consider me. And I feel like Britt carried herself very well in this scene. She even got up and started walking away because Ty was getting loud, aggressive, even in his face. You see his eyes like got all bug-eyed. That's scary. That's scary to me. If that's how you react in front of others towards me, you're the woman who you say you was gonna take care of, just imagine how he'll be in behind closed doors. So I don't like that. Britt, run away, child. This guy, he can't ever be serious. He's always joking around. And look, I'm good for a Kiki. I love to laugh. But why are you sounding like that? Why every time you talk, why are we getting a massage and you like, you over there quiet. She over there quiet. Get away from me with this Apollo. All right, that's all I have for y'all. That was 4 pages. Let me know what you think about this episode of The Never Ever Mets, Season 2, Episode 4. Leave your review in the comments, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.